Howdy folks, welcome back. I'm starting up a new series here that will talk about specific situations and where we should position ourselves, along with some general strategy in certain situations. So in this video, we're going to focus on what to do and where to be when we're in our own defensive corner. So the topics that we're going to talk about are standard positioning and movement around the field, what not to do in the corner, and then what to do when we are in our back post position, and then what to do when we're in the pressure position. And then finally, some strategy on good ways to get out of the defensive zone, both as the pressure man and the back post position. So let's jump right in here with the basics. So in 2v2, there are pretty much two positions. There is a pressure position, which is listed as position 1 here, and a last man back position, which is listed as position 2 here. Right, and these guys are going to interchange to get the ball out of the defensive zone, right? So the back post position is pretty simple. Your job is simply just to wait there on the back post, and you are trying to prevent the ball from coming around the corner and getting to the shooter. As the pressure position, your job is to apply pressure to the player on the ball and then force them to the outside and into your teammate. If the opportunity presents itself, you can also in that position go for the steal. So we're just gonna jump in here and look at some basic movement examples here first. Right, so here Olympia's on the ball and I'm sitting back post. Now I'm gonna move up and Olympia's going to move back around to the back. I don't have a great clear, so now I'm gonna move to the back. Olympia's up and I go for the pass there, and then we're out, right? Same thing here. We're going to try and always clear to the outsides and away from danger. Always remember that if the ball's in the corner, it's pretty safe over there. So they're generally not going to score from directly in the corner, especially if they're moving towards the corner, right? So that's our safe spot. That's where we want to, in general, clear the ball. So I've cleared the ball over there. Olympia's going to be on the ball. I'm moving around. And here, I go for a fake challenge just to make them hit the ball, and I'm going to turn back around into a shadow position here, and then move this ball into the corner, and I'm not going to boom it down there. I'm just going to collect and try and dribble it out. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about what not to do when you're back in your defensive corners. This is one of the absolute worst things you can do, is smash the ball either off the side wall or the back wall or even in the corner, right back out into the center, right? That usually always puts you out of position and sends it right back into the offense. So here's some examples of this. This guy's trying to clear out of the back. Look how far away I am, and he clears it off the wall, and that's an easy goal for me because he's putting himself out of position. So same thing here. This guy's going to smash the ball against the side wall. Nice easy shot. I miss it. Would have really liked to score there. And here's me doing it. Smash the ball off the side. Now this guy gets a shot. He misses as well, right? But you can see how smashing the ball off the wall back to the center is always going to give the offense a nice, good opportunity to score. The next thing that you don't want to do is double commit into the corner. And this we see all the time, right? So jumping in here. In this case, Chicken is Ace has applied the pressure on Olympia, and he's going to come down here in the corner. And notice, instead of rotating back here, he hesitates out here thinking he might be able to help the next guy coming out of goal. But once you make your challenge, what you want to do is you want to get back as quick as possible. So he should have already been back here in this back position. So now when I challenge the guy coming out of the net to make this, and I win the 50, it floats back into the center here, and now it's an easy goal for Olympia. Right, next example here, moving up. And this is a good example of something that can happen if you cut rotation. So notice here, as Olympia plays this ball up, notice this guy was already back, so it's his ball, so he's going to naturally play this ball to bring it back out. And this guy should be rotating into the net. But instead, look what happens. As this guy's going up for the ball, he doesn't see anybody back, But he should know that his teammate is back there somewhere. It's positional awareness, right? You've made your shot, you've coming back, you've got to trust that your teammate's back there and going to make a play on this ball. Instead, he also goes back up for this ball, and now they're double committed, right? Right, and since there's a double commit, bad clear, burns his teammate, and then it's nice easy goal, right? So don't double commit. Another example here of a double commit. So in this one, the guy was coming back. Here, instead of floating back around the outside where he'd be able to play this ball out, somehow they make a save here, it goes off the post and back. We'll go right back to it. Notice they both go out after this ball. Somebody's got to play this position back here, right? So we're going out. Now we're double committed again. This guy smartly turns back into a shadow and gets clear. But now Olympia's going out. And again, same thing. Guy comes over here and double commits again. If you constantly double commit like this, you're going to wind up getting scored on, which is pretty much exactly what happens here. So you can see how easy that ball would have been to clear had he been back here on the back post, but instead, since he pushed up into the front post area, it made it really hard to save, which dropped it right down from the net for Olympia. Alright, another common thing that we don't want to do is turn back on the ball, and here's some good examples of that. So here I am, I'm the pressure man, I'm going to go after this ball, Olympia's going to go back into the net. Bad clear here, so at this point I want to collect this boost and make my way to the back post so Olympia can grab it. But notice what I do here, I turn back on the ball. And the second I do that, Olympia's already coming out for this ball, so I'm no help here. If anything else, I'm just getting into his way. And I notice my mistake immediately and try to get back, but at that point it's too late. I've already made the mistake, so we wind up getting scored on. So don't turn back on the ball after you've made your challenge and started rotating back. Continue all the way back to the post, and you'll be able to make that save. Same thing here. This one's a little different. This one gets knocked over Olympia's head, and it's going to come out and bounce off this back post. Olympia went out here, and he was smart not to jump up in the air and try and make a challenge that he can't make so that he's still in position. So he should be rotating back here around back behind me, but instead he turns back on the ball. I get burnt. So now if this guy were in position, he would easily collect this ball. But he's not, and I turn my camera and go bump him out of the way just to give us a little extra time, right? But anyways, so don't turn back on the ball. It causes double commits, and it will always winds up burning one of your teammates, which gets you scored. The last thing that we don't want to do is once we collect the ball, if we're bringing the ball out, we don't want to boom it away from ourselves. That's going to go right to our opponents, and the ball's going to come right back at us. So here's an example. So Olympia's coming out here, he's got the ball, had all kinds of time out there, but instead he just hits it, and the opponents are sitting there waiting, right? So if he had dribbled this out, he's going to have he can either try and do a move and air drag it in here, or put it around the corner, or double tap it, or whatever. But by booming it, he just gives it to the opponents, and now they're going to be moving right towards our net, right? Alright, same thing here. I boom it out, so not smart. I can't get to that ball, so apply a little pressure and get out. Olympia booms the ball, again, coming right back at us.